What is going on, guys? Blazing here. Welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video, and thank you for joining me again. Now, we have had a lot of things going on over the last week. We've had content creators trying to invoke some change. We've had the community upset, reasonably so, and we've had people saying, let's do a spending strike, let's do stay out of the fusion, let's do a Google bomb review or, Apple bomb review. Let me talk to you guys and let's be a little realistic about what will and will not work. To do the no spend where, everybody has their own choice. Myself, I'm not spending. I don't see a point in it. There's nothing in here anymore that I need to spend money on. Yeah, I could spend some money on energy, do some more stuff, but honestly, do I need to? No. Maybe down the line, I might decide to again, but as of right now, I'm actually quite enjoying being free to play, teaching me a little more about managing my resources day to day. Let's talk about not doing the fusions. Well, as that might be a good idea for right now, what happens if the next fusion is a newt or an epic? You willing to skip out on that? Yeah, they're bottlenecking us on a lot of the fusion paths, making it so that we can't miss anything. But are you willing to skip the fusions, every single one of them, just to protest? And then on those two things right there, Plarium is driven by analytics, okay? And if you don't do it, let's say 10% of the player base doesn't do the fusion, or 30%, 70% is going to do it. If 50% of the player base keeps spending pretty heavily or whatever they feel comfortable, 30% spends slightly, and then 20% is not spending at all. Again, their analytics are going to say otherwise. So trying to accomplish those tasks aren't going to work as well as we want them to, right? Now, the third one, which I actually had somebody on one of my YouTube videos suggest, says, please ask all your players to do a 1-star review on Raid if we want to make change. This is how. And I'm going to show you guys my response. Unfortunately, the 1-star bomb review is not something I would feel is beneficial. Putting an honest review with what the player base feels, I can support. And so what I'm going to ask is, if you want to invoke change, what you should do is like what these players have done. They've gone out, they've put their honest reviews. Jacob here says, and this review is basically, yesterday. The game tries way too hard to make you spend money. Monetization is a big thing in this game. It kind of feels like it's been turned up, but it's your choice if you spend or not spend. Graphics are great, right? But basically no story plot. Every level is basically the same. Just 3 sets of 4 or 5 enemies. Campaign, it's just very grindy, right? Campaign's the only thing we get a little bit of a storyline. As you progress, the enemies get a bit stronger, but basically the same thing. So progressing your account, getting better gear, getting better stuff. All you have to do is keep battle grinding. Completely agree with that. This is a good review. This is an honest review. This isn't a 1-star bomb review. This isn't a 5-star review. This is an honest review of what the player feels. You've got Jennifer here. I've been playing this game for 5 years and still have yet to get bored. I agree. I feel at some points the game gets a little dull, but there's certain avenues and certain other things that we could do to enjoy. Plarium, I feel you could do a little better with the events, make them a little more interesting. The turn dungeon stuff was in the right direction, but we still need a little more work. I love the team building and theory crafting. Everybody does, right? Building the teams, trying to figure out what's going to work, what's not going to work, is always great. Beautiful design of the champs. 100%. Their graphic design team is on par. There is no one out there that's going to touch them. They just added Xena Warrior Princess, which was a must-have for me. I don't think so. For some players, maybe, depending on where you are. Myself, I didn't buy it. I didn't think that the Champion Pass was a must-have for me. Hydra and Live Arena are two of my favorite added contents. Hydra can be fun. Depending on what team you have, you may get giddy at some of the numbers. When Cadaver was around, I actually kind of enjoyed that team, even though it was long to run. I actually really enjoyed that team because I love to see Cadaver smack every one of those heads. And my thought was, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, this was the hardest content in the game. I couldn't beat it, and now I'm one-shotting it. Take this, you son of a... Live Arena, it's got its moments. It's got its moments. It really depends on, you know, if the other opponent is going to be toxic and let you wait everything out. But for the most part, I do kind of enjoy going in and being able to play against other players. But the best thing about this game is that I buy because I want to. The player feels that they want to spend money, they can. It is their choice ultimately. Not because I have to in order to keep my account relevant. Pretty fair. Pretty fair. I agree with that. They spend because they want to, not because the account needs to be relevant. And who's to say what's relevant? As long as you're enjoying it and having fun, that's what matters. L Bell says, good game with great character designs and helps me and help menu GG. Norman here says, cool. Not sure what anything else was. We got Maya here. The game makes no sense to me. I have played a lot of similar games. First of all, there are so many games out there that even with content creators that do comparisons, it's not fair, right? Because each game is different little by little. The monetization might be the same, but each game is different. It is unclear what one must do to move forward. I don't think that's unclear. I mean, you're beating stage to stage to stage, and you are trying to progress to get to, you know, a higher stage. So kind of tells you right there. I mean, unless you're talking about not knowing what particular champions need to be geared with or something like that, I'd be interested if this viewer or if this review responds to this video. I would love to have more conversation about this. Maybe hundreds of times the same champion levels already played. Fair enough. Fair enough. I probably have ran Dragon, Ice Golem, any dungeon out there at least 20,000 times, right? But then the heroes get to max level and there's no way to upgrade them. Well, that's not true. You can upgrade them by ascension, right? You can upgrade them by doing various other things like putting dupes in, right? They gave us some sort of dupe system, so you can definitely upgrade them. I would ask, what other upgrades are you looking at, whether it's not, you know, empowerment? Because you need to sacrifice exponentially more and get stronger, other heroes, other than, sorry, because you need to sacrifice exponentially more and stronger other heroes, so even boring replays are for nothing. I don't think there's anything more on this, but the last part there doesn't kind of make sense to me. I'm with you where it just feels kind of repetitive, right? Doing the same thing over and over again. But then we get a response from Plarium. Hi, Maya. Figuring out your strategy for a quick and efficient champion development may take time. However, the results is well forth. We suggest taking a look at our Discord channel for these useful tips. We got another one here from the 19th, and I'm going to make this the last one because I could go on and on and on at looking at these reviews. Ads and ads and ads and ads. You want money. Brr, I'm broke. Bozo, get better, kid. At least I'm not desperate for money. This reply is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. I don't think it is sponsored, right? But the player has 100% a argument there. We come in game and ads, if I go in and then I go back, I'm flooded with an ad. Buy this, buy this, buy this. I really wish there was something we could do about that. I feel like it's definitely overdoing it. Again, I go in here, I come back, no ad this time. Go back into battles, come back, no ad. Maybe it's on a timer, maybe something else, but the ads do get bombarded. And I can see how that feels very overwhelming for some players and kind of a joke for some other players. And when we talk about jokes, we're talking about this. Who in their right mind would buy this? A Black Friday deal for $49.99. I'm pretty sure that's the regular price of what it currently costs. But I don't buy gear, so I wouldn't know. Now, to end off the video, there we go. There's another one that came up. I just literally left the store and there's another one that came up. So I agree with the player on, the ads are too much. So let's talk about what you need to do to invoke change. I think doing a review is the best thing you can do. Don't 1-star bomb the review. It's not going to help. Okay? If everybody starts 1-star bombing the reviews, they're just going to get removed. But putting an honest review, putting your thoughts of what the problems you have, and don't just be negative about it. Say, hey, I really enjoy this. I really enjoy that. But what I don't enjoy is this. And I don't want to tell you what this and that might be. That is for you to decide. But if you want change, put the reviews in. Don't 1-star bomb it. You 1-star bomb it, it's going to get removed. Putting an honest review in of what you think. Maybe give them some thoughts on what they should change and how. Don't be that person that says, this is all a problem and you need to fix it. Well, give some feedback, right? Write the perfect review, or not the perfect review, but write a review good enough where if you're going to say, this is a problem, this is the solution that I feel would work. And who knows? Maybe they will listen. But don't, please, for the love of God, please do not leave a 1-star review. It will not help. Leave an honest review. Put in how long you've been playing. Anything else that best describes what you've done through your raid career. Anyways, guys, I hoped that me talking for the last 15 minutes or whatever it's been resonates with you. And I hope that you take what I'm saying and use it wisely. Again, 1-star bombing reviews, not the answer. Not the answer. And I'm not saying it because I'm a raid content creator and it would be bad. I personally don't care what you do. You're an adult. You're a you person. But if you really want to invoke change, give your honest opinion. If you're upset, say it. Think about what you're going to say before you say it, though. Don't just put it out there, right? Because there's other players out there that are going to look at those reviews and, it's not fair to somebody else that might actually enjoy the game because you have an issue with something in particular. So be constructive. And maybe this works. As always, guys, much love, much appreciation. Be safe, be well, be good to each other. I'll catch you guys on the next one.